We have a giveaway to talk about this week. Cardinals fans, buckle up and get ready for some week one action. Let's get into it.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast with Kelly Singh. The sickest Arizona Cardinals podcast. It's gonna be sick.
Welcome to the sickest Arizona Cardinals podcast. I'm your host, Kelly Singh. And with me this week, I'll have my co-host, Charlotte Shaff, back with the Positivity Playbook. Charlotte's going to bring us a giveaway. She's also going to talk to us about Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin and his start against the Cardinals this week in week one. We'll also be talking about a new Nike release for the Bird Gang. What do you think? Those are great stories, right? I love having Charlotte on to talk about the Positivity Playbook, a new segment that we've added. We also will have texts from Donnie. When I can't have him on the show, I usually ask him for a quick update on what he's thinking. So we'll have that. And I'm going to give you some of my favorite DFS and fantasy football start sits this week involving the Cardinals. Why don't we start right there? In addition to the Sick podcast, I also do some writing for Dynasty Pros in a brand new series about DFS. If you've been following me at all, you know that daily fantasy sports is a love of mine, along with sports betting. And I have published plenty of daily fantasy football articles across the internet, including Player Profiler, Club Fantasy, Women of Fantasy Football. I've shared some of my thoughts here with you. Well, I just finished my week one article, and I must say that I love the idea of Trey McBride as one of your plays this week if you play daily fantasy football. You might be saying, the Cardinals are up against the Bills, Kelly. This is not a good outcome. You know what? I know the Bills are a great defense. We don't even necessarily need the Cardinals to win. What we need when we're playing daily fantasy is for Kyler Murray to get the ball to Trey McBride. And if last season is any indicator, then we know that Kyler Murray tended to lean on Trey McBride. I know that targets are going to be split. For sure. We have Michael Wilson. We have Greg Dortch. We have the Maserati, Marvin Harrison Jr. However, when we're talking about the tight end position, I do like Trey McBride this week, and here's why. When we talk about pricing on DraftKings, for instance, $6,100 is what the salary is for Trey McBride. Among tight ends, that is the highest. I understand that. Actually, it's not the highest. I take that back. I'm checking my numbers. Sam Laporta is at $6,400. So you get a little bit of a discount on Trey McBride at $6,100, the second highest salary among tight ends. However, the salary is scaring off other DFS managers. So if you're looking for a way to differentiate yourself, so far on DraftKings, less than 2% of DFS managers are rostering Trey McBride. So there's a little zig in your zag. Another thing I like about Trey McBride, he's looking at bringing us 11.5 fantasy points this week, which is up there among the top three. They're all in the 11s. Sam Laporta, Evan Ingram, and Trey McBride. Another thing that I think is scaring away DFS managers from Trey McBride, other than the price tag, is the opponent, the Bills. They do have a strong defense. They utilize a defensive strategy known as too high, which is what most of us call double coverage. We're going to see that again this year. However, Buffalo allowed the 5th most receptions to slot receivers. So not only is this good news for Trey McBride, if you're looking for a value wide receiver this week in DFS, take a look at Greg Dortch. This could be one of the best opportunities for Greg Dortch to get fantasy points this week. Arizona's receiving core is on less than 1% of DFS managers' rosters on DraftKings. But let's talk about Greg Dortch, because as I mentioned in the slot, Buffalo allows the fifth most points. So this could be a great time to utilize Greg Dortch at just $3,900 to your salary cap. You could spend a lot more on another wide receiver, on a high quality quarterback. There's so much you could do if you are only spending $3,900 on a wide receiver. So that's my hot tip of the week. If you play DFS, I actually did not include Greg Dortch in my write-up. However, I may want to go back and adjust that. If you have any questions about daily fantasy football or even start sits, you can find me at Kelly in Phoenix on the app formerly known as Twitter. Let's talk about another sponsor of the Sick Podcast with Kelly Singh. Thanks so much to Homage for sponsoring our show. If you want to support the show, you can find our unique link in the description, whether you're listening or watching. Pick up your favorite fan gear, pop culture, find everything you need, and support the show. Visit the link to Homage in the description. Thank you.
I'm interrupting this podcast to bring you a breaking news where I asked Donnie if he has anything interesting to share with us. Here's what he said. Nothing at the moment. Xavier Weaver has missed all days of practice, but that's about it on the depth department. No crazy stuff going on at the facility.
Let's look ahead at Sunday's game, Arizona Cardinals at the Buffalo Bills. I know that we have a lot of fans traveling to Buffalo for this away game. It's one that I considered, but I ended up coming here to California for work. So safe travels to all of the Bird Gang heading to Buffalo. I hope you have an amazing time. Let's talk about this game a bit. Buffalo's favored by 5.5 points with the over-under at 48.5. I think that's pretty great. Looks like we're going to have a pretty high-scoring game, which I don't think is any surprise to anyone. However, also, Buffalo being in favor to win is probably not a surprise to anyone either. What I do want to talk about is that both Buffalo and Arizona have a pretty slow, neutral pace. This is good for the pace of the game, actually. It gives us better opportunities. It means our quarterbacks are looking for plays. Then they both last year tied for the sixth highest neutral rushing rate. We know that Kyler Murray and Josh Allen are both rushers. We know that we have some very talented running backs. We know that there's going to be plenty of running, plenty of rushing, but also plenty of passing, which is where I think the Cardinals could excel. Earlier, when I was talking to you about daily fantasy sports and playing Trey McBride or perhaps Greg Dortch as a super value wide receiver, we talked about how Buffalo gave away the fifth most points in the slot to receivers. So this could be where the Cardinals exploit the Buffalo defense. It's going to be a great game no matter what. Football's here, and that's what we're most excited about. Let's go ahead and bring in my co-host, Charlotte Shaff. She's going to be bringing us 3 amazing stories from her positivity playbook. Charlotte, welcome to the show. I've been really looking forward to this positivity playbook because there's a giveaway. There are updates on this upcoming game. There are fashion releases. There's even some high school football. So why don't we get started? I mean, let's talk about this giveaway first of all.
The American Red Cross is trying to entice people to give blood because we all know that giving blood is very important. And so right now they're doing a campaign where they will give out free Arizona Cardinal tickets if you donate blood. I found it through Twitter, and it looks like if you just sign up on the Arizona Red Cross website and you put in the words Arizona Cardinals in one of those little lines when you sign up to make your appointment, that you can be in a drawing for tickets. So they did one already that I think is going to be for the first home game. And right now, the one that's valid is for the Washington game. So if you can donate blood between now and the 27th, you have a chance to win a pair of tickets. So let's go give blood and do something good.
That's really exciting. It looks like redcrossblood.org is where you can sign up. I happen to be O positive, which I learned was the universal type of blood. So if you have O positive or super rare, I know that they're always calling.
Always.
But all blood types are welcome, I'm sure.
Yes, yes. And it's something that's good for the community and you feel good doing it. And now you get maybe an added bonus of going to a Cardinals game for free. So
Go do it. Donate blood. Next up, you want to talk about the Bills.
yeah, I gotta say, I think that the entire US's heart was with Damar Hamlin last year when he had that really frightening episode on the field. And so I know that a lot of people have been wondering about how he's doing. Is he coming back? Is he doing okay? And the news was just released that the Buffalo Bills head coach has said that Damar is going to be starting in week 1. So that means he will be on the field with our playing against our Arizona Cardinals on Sunday. And I think that we're all very excited just to see that he has been able to do so well, be able to maintain his health, really focus, get back on track, and he's cleared to be able to play. So I am very looking forward to just seeing him. And I know that this is going to be really a emotional time for him. And, it's pretty cool to be in the spotlight with him during that game.
I think what's even more interesting is this is his first start. So last season, he was cleared to play, but he didn't start. And there was a lot of speculation that he actually may not even make the team last year. But then there was like, how can you cut somebody who went through such a traumatic experience? So they didn't cut him from the team last year. They obviously retained him again this year, and now he's starting. So, I mean, what a difference an entire season makes from getting healthy again, proving that you're still a good football player, and starting in your first game since that. It's a really great story.
Incredibly inspiring and good for him. And I wish him plenty of healthy wishes for the rest of his career.
Me too, even if it is against us.
I know, I know.
Next on the list here is a little bit of fashion news.
If you are wondering what to give that Arizona Cardinals fan on your list, Nike just unveiled a bunch of shoes, running shoes that align with a bunch of different teams. Arizona Cardinals are one of them. So they just released their Nike Air Zoom Pegasus 41 running shoes, and they retail for about $149.99. They are unisex, and I think they're pretty cute. I mean, I would contemplate wearing them. I think they're pretty cute. So
I looked at them too. I would contemplate wearing them as well. Most of the time when I wear a sneaker, it's just like a plain white sneaker, or else I'm in some sort of flat. But yeah, they were cute. They'd be super cute for game day for sure.
and they look very comfortable. And they also unveiled some for other college teams too. ASU is not in there, but U of A does have an Arizona Wildcats running shoe. So if you know a Wildcat fan, check it out. But I would be curious to know if any of our followers bought a pair, what they think of them, what they look like. I'm definitely going to be looking around at the game, the first home game, to see who's wearing them.
Yeah, they would definitely stand out because they are Cardinals red from what I saw, versus maybe a white shoe with red accents, but they're bright, they're colorful, they're cute, and it could inspire us to get extra steps in.
There you go. Wow. Anything we can do to get a couple extra steps and be healthy.
Isn't that right? Oh my goodness. Speaking of getting our steps in, you're a mom running around town because it is football season
Mhm.
at high schools across America, and your son is on the freshman football team at Brophy. I
Yes.
love the shirt. I've seen you out at the games.
Mhm.
How's that going?
That is going amazing. My son is a freshman at Brophy this year, and one of the things that they do is really encourage the boys to try to join the football team. It's a great way to bond with others and get to know each other because we've got boys from all over the state that are attending the school. And so my son, who is very good in track, decided, okay, fine, I'll try football. And he's actually enjoying it a lot. He's learning about different positions. Last night he played running back and he got a couple great plays. So we're very excited for him.
That is so exciting. Congrats
Yeah.
to him. You happen to notice in SI.com, they have a weekly high school football kind of a competition to highlight the best plays of the game. And you happen to notice there were two players from Arizona. Why don't you tell us about that?
Yes, I hope that everyone will go and vote for Arizona. We have two high school football players that are on there. We have Braylon Rooney, he's at Arcadia High School, and then we have Devin Fitzgerald, who's at Brophy Prep. So let's get our Arizona athletes on the national stage. Let's root for them. Let's vote for them. It's always good to promote our high school athletes and show off what they're doing. You never know, they might be actually in Sports Illustrated someday as professionals. So go and vote. You've got until September 10th.
September 10th. I will make sure that the production team puts the link in the description so everybody can go out there and make their weekly vote. Charlotte, if people want to find you, it's at Shaff on the app formerly known as Twitter.
Mhm.
And I want them to know that you are a great resource for local happenings and also just a parent of an athlete in Arizona and a Cardinals fan. So people really need to discover you, I think. What
Oh,
else should they know
thank
about
you.
you?
Let's see. Well, I've been doing PR for almost 20 years, and I am a real big supporter of local businesses. Small business has my heart. And so I always feel as if you have a choice to patronize a chain or a locally owned business, please consider those local businesses. They are your neighbors and they are important to our economy. So please support local.
We love local.
Yes, we do.
Thanks so much, Charlotte. I will see you next week.
Thank you.
NFL Week 1 is here, and we are here with a new sponsor. Score big with DraftKings Sportsbook, the best place to bet touchdowns. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SICKSPORTS. That's code SICKSPORTS, SICKSPORTS. For new customers to get $250 in bonus bets when you bet just $5, and you'll get 1 month free of NFL Plus Premium on us. Only on DraftKings, the crown is yours. Here's the legal. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in New Hampshire, Oregon, and Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/ftball. NFL Plus Premium offer available only to new and former NFL Plus subscribers. Additional NFL Plus Premium terms at nfl.com/terms. And that's about it. If you're watching, you can see that I'm not in my home studio. I'm traveling this week. However, I do have my Cardinals hat on. I'm recording this on Thursday, but I'm giving all of my love to the Cards as they go out in week 1. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, follow us on Twitter. You can find Charlotte at Shaff. You can find me at Kelly in Phoenix, and we'd be happy to engage with you. We're also trying to grow the show handle over there on Twitter. You can find it at SickPodKelly. So until next week, I'm going to start moving to 2 episodes a week, hopefully, is the goal, where I'll be giving you a recap of week 1, and then I'll be giving you our typical episodes as usual at the end of the week with a look ahead and Char's Positivity Playbook. This is going to be a great season. Thanks for joining us for the Sick Pod with Kelly Singh Season 3. Can you believe it? See you next week. Bye.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast with Kelly Singh on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.